compared to about 1,300, almost 1,400 meters.
Okay, Mike, you can
So
come
that's
down a
likely
bit. Or I'll come down. I'm
to
pulling on you, sorry.
change the species that we see. Meredith, what would you expect to see different in the coral and sponge communities at this step?
Well, unlike our first dive where we started really deep, where we large, dark pink Paragorgia coral or bubblegum coral. Up here,
your heading's at 315, Michael.
Yeah, that's because I pulled him around.
Okay, yeah.
I went too far. It was 50 and 20 thing. I didn't bother to read the big giant.
Sorry, it
5-0 there.
out, so. There you go.
At this depth, we'll be seeing a different species of Paragorgia. This one will be what a lot of groups will call peppermint coral. It's a much paler pink.
Delta 9.
We may see.
Yeah. Should be able to. I don't know why Argus is not coming around.
There you go. You're right in fishbowl. Fish eye. Directly below.
It should spin back around. It's got an auto heading of south. I'm right under you, so I'm not sure what's happening. Huh?
What? You had a different heading.
No, its command heading is 180. You want to come around to about 150.
You may see a small sea fan called
okay, hold what you got there for a minute. I'll come down. Tilt up with the camera a little bit.
What was the name of that sea fan?
Bring your heading a little more to the left if you can.
Plumerella, longest spinner.
Plumerella.
I will spell it in the science chat.
Well, yeah, I got that one.
That's good there. 150. For now.
These are a small gray sea fan. If we get into the right terrain, we're at a depth, we can see a stony coral called Lophelia pertusa.
Oh, there are some of those here?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And we're also at a depth zone where we could encounter Primnoa. This is an area in the Olympic coast, so there's a lot of Primnoa pacifica around. So we're in a correct depth area where we could encounter that as well. Those are probably, if we encounter them, the largest species we'll see.
What's the depth range of Primnoa in this area? I feel like we've seen them also at much deeper sites.
Yeah, they can go all the way down to 700 or 800, but you'll get them up to, well, a little just north of here in Canada, actually. You can get them all the way up to the surface, basically. They'll come up to within 30 meters of the surface. So they have when the water is very cold, they've got a very broad depth range, but they can get all the way down like 700, 800 to 1,000 as well. They tend to have a really...
They can come down 10.
Dense distribution right between like 300 and 600.
Gotcha. Cool.
Maybe bring your head around to west a little bit.
The fish community is likely to be quite different as well. In the deep dives, we saw a lot of the very deep fish like grenadier and thorny heads, long spine thorny heads primarily. And now we're likely to see, yeah, we saw eel pout and hagfish, some dragonfish, right? That was exciting.
Yep.
We're likely to see different fish at this site, including a number of rockfish.
Yes, we're in a very good zone for quite a few of the rockfish species. So
okay, Mike, you can chase me down easy now.
A diverse assemblage of those.
Are thorny heads rockfish?
They are. They are a slightly different genus, but they are in that family.
Gotcha.
tilt down
Most
just a
rockfish
little,
are in the
maybe I'm
genus
kinda close to it.
Sebastes, and they're in the genus Sebastomobes.
Sebastes.
Let's try for a 20-meter delta here while we come down. Okay.
Looks like we're
Really
attracting
nice.
some squid here. Reminds me of our 2017 dive with Hercules, where we saw the cockatoo squid that posed in front of the cameras for about a minute. It's a nice highlight reel from the archive.
Yeah, these are pretty cute.
We had some questions about the larvation houses that Meredith was talking about. Could you explain those again, Meredith, please?
Yes, so larvaceans are a small invertebrate. They're actually distantly related to all chordates, including us mammals, but they are free swimming. They look like they're very hard to see, but they create these large mucus houses that have these very elaborate structures kind of built in within them, and they use those to filter feed. So they have a small tail that they flap, and that circulates water through this large mucus house and collects material like particular organic matter, debris from phytoplankton, that kind of thing, on a net that they weave.
Visual
and
on bottom.
they then feed off of that.
Roger, visual on bottom.
And because they form this large kind of sticky mucus net structure, they're a major source of carbon transport to the deep ocean. And we might see some. I think there's some of these kind of globs in the distance are probably larvation houses that are sinking to the bottom and collapsing.
Oh no.
That's always a fun thing to watch for as
Okay,
we're
I'll stop there, Mike.
ascending after deep dives, especially. There's a lot of ocean out there in the vertical dimension.
Some pretty
Do
big
we have
fish.
some sablefish?
Yeah, that's a big sablefish.
Excited to be on the bottom.
This is an audio slate for dive number 1818. UTC time is 19:35:10. Mark.
Well, ctenophore is in the water right now. I'm not seeing any larvation houses, just ctenophores.
Okay, try that again. Sorry, so I'm doing a ballast test there. Come on.
Lots of solids already. What are those really big white sea stars? We saw a bunch of those on our dive earlier as well.
I think you're stretched out.
I'm not
Can you move the boat?
sure what
I
the
can move the boat. If you don't want to drop down, I can step over.
I think Erica is on with us, so she may be able to better ID the sea stars than me.
All right, I'll point it out again next time I see one of the big ones.
One step, 15 meters, bearing 110.
One of the deep sea stars that has many arms is one of my favorites to say because its genus name is Rathbanaster.
Rathbanaster.
And Erica has just chimed in that, in fact, Rathbanaster californicus is the name, the full name. Thank you, Erica.
I'm sitting here with my fish guides and my crab and shrimp guide, but I don't have a guide to the other invertebrates on my desk in front of me. We do have a rockfish just going.
Yep.
Could you auto XY
Right on the
while we
bottom edge of the
collect
screen.
points?
I can try it.
Roger.
All of these technology steps are so necessary to us getting good close-ups and focus and colors.
Camera is going to go to black.
Copy, camera going dark.
It highlights the diversity of skills and expertise that's needed to mount an expedition like this. I know that Ocean Exploration Trust has a number of opportunities for folks to learn about the different tech aspects of ROV operations, from navigation to video and audio technology, as well as
Want to
ROV
give
work.
Sticky Fingers a wiggle?
There are also science communication fellows and science fellows that help process samples normally. This year is a bit different, with a much smaller staff on board the vessel. In fact, many of the folks that you'll hear narrating are actually sitting in their home living rooms.
Huh? Yeah, that's what we want to see. Look at those muscles flex. Oh, I can get something in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
See
working
him,
much
see him
better.
bulge like that?
Yeah.
Strong, sticky fingers. Okay. So pilot's good. Video, are you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Can you come out of auto XY for a
Navigator?
brief moment?
Coming out of auto XY. Co-pilot, you're good?
Okay, you're reset, so you're good to go.
I am.
You're up. All good. Roger.
Probably like
Back row, all good. If Andrew's listening, the DSC camera, OSU DSC camera is powered up.
Back row is good. Andrew is probably asleep.
Yeah, we broke him last night, did we? Video, you can zoom in just a bit to get some of the jewelry out of there.
Got some soul.
Is the ship still moving? I think
No, it's finished its move, but you are probably approaching towards her.
Copy. I'll go down to a 15 delta.
We're gonna come up here shortly.
We're shallow, so the ship moves will take a lot shorter.
Do
we
want to keep the tip of Sticky Fingers in the frame here? What do you guys think?
Yeah, sorry, it's not. We got the short porch on, so we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
I can bump it up a bit if it's gonna, but you won't get as good of a. You see all the black on the top of the screen?
Yeah, it's whatever's best for you, Dan. No worries.
Yeah, sorry, I
You're
should have.
driving. Don't worry.
I can probably pick them up and move them sideways with a manipulator if you don't want them there.
We can fix it in post. It's fine.
It wouldn't be hard to nudge them out of the way.
If you don't mind doing that, that would make a better shot. But
I don't mind. There's they're on a magnet, so it should be impossible.
Yeah, all the biologists are going to mess up the shot with the lasers anyway. So.
Can you retract the porch the rest of the way? Actually, why don't you push the porch out?
I was just about to ask.
Yeah. And then show me it with
Booble?
Drunken Bubble.
Just put it in the box.
Should do it there. Okay, retract the porch for me. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
My pleasure.
Okay, we're
I'm
roughly
glad
at
I'm not the
point
only one
A,
with
which is
OCD.
the start of the dive here. When you're ready, we can get down there and track along to point B.
Yeah, I mean, I'm light years away from the bottom. Let's come down and have a look.
Yep.
Oh, that's better.
Sweet.
Can you see any
Okay.
slope in the sonar?
Oh yeah. It's
Okay, good.
I wouldn't say not a radical slope, but
Where's the charger for this?
I can turn to the side and give you a perspective if you want.
Do we have a battery charger for
Great,
this thing
thank you.
up here, Dan?
What's that, Michael?
Battery charger.
It should be hanging on the magnet hook right there.
Big flatfish.
All right, I'm gonna need to
that
step
what this
forward
is?
too.
Looks
Yeah, you
like
can
a
start moving
nice
the boat.
halibut.
Roger.
Yeah, halibut.
I'm just gonna go 90.
Yummy.
What kind of power charger is this?
Bridge nav.
I don't quite have enough
20 meters
leash
bearing
from
90.
Argus to turn sideways without disrupting the visibility. We'll have to wait till it gets a little closer.
Okay. In the meantime, you can see these bright white things on the bottom, actually the feeding structures for sea cucumbers. Very few things actually can stay clean in this environment. And so I always look for the bright white things because they, you know, those things get cleaned off pretty frequently. These are something we see throughout quite a broad depth distribution.
Yeah, they've been everywhere so far. We've seen them at every site, I think.
Sometimes they fake us out and make us think it's a little coral. There are some species, I think Swiftia and Halsegorgia. You tell me, Meredith, what are the species that it most looks like?
These would most look like Calcigorgia, a white gorgonian that has the finger-like hand shape that's very remarkably like these Solus sea cucumbers.
Sometimes when visibility gets challenging, it's hard to make them out at first until you really get a good look. Ooh, what's that? Could we do a video zoom on that, please? I think it might be a little sponge.
Yeah, you can laser zoom there.
Or is that a
encrusting? What is that?
It's another
that's a
sea
sea
star.
Is that a rathbanaster?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Zoom a bit more, Marley. Just keep the lasers in the view. Beautiful.
We've also got some bryozoans there.
Yep.
And
what's the
I can't tell
little
if that's a
limpet
sponge
looking
or a
thing
close-up anemone.
on the shell, bright orange?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Oh, and that is a sponge.
I'm wondering if that's an anemone that's all closed.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
yeah?
it looks like, yeah.
So
That's
tiny.
what I was thinking.
Cute.
Just goes to show when you find a little bit of hard structure, you often find more life. Thank you for the zoom.
Our pleasure.
Anytime.
Okay, we're going tearing off at 135 at the blazing walking speed of 0.3, 0.1, I think we're doing. It's a slow walking speed.
Right,
We
I'm gonna
will want to do a
follow you.
transect in the next few minutes if we can set up for one, maybe in the next 10 minutes. If you
What's that,
see a
ready?
good stretch of habitat.
We're good. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get, if I just follow you or if
Sure.
checking the terrain.
Yeah, I can slide to the left a little for you.
Right, yeah.
There's a perspective of the slope.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not
Table fish.
quite going straight up the hill from here to get to our waypoint at least.
I think I'll move that way and then, yeah. I'm gonna go 20 meters, 110.
Sure.
Yeah. Bridge nav. Bridge nav.
Hey, there.
Some cool
Look
perspective
like a
of the
few
slope.
crinoids.
20 meters,
Yeah.
110.
Yeah, those are crinoids. What else we got? Can't make it out quite.
More solus.
More solids. Always solids. Rockfish.
Like a couple anemones.
Interesting how much sediment is on this slope, even though it's a pretty good slope. Did you see the dragonfish float by on the top?
Yep, that's a Pacific black dragon that just crossed the top of the screen.
They look pretty cool when you see them with their mouth open.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I want fame and fortune to get a picture of.
Yeah, that's right. If you find a yellowmouth rockfish with its mouth open, you'll win endless fame and fortune. Apparently, it's a really challenging shot to capture.
Challenge accepted.
We've never knowingly taken a photo of a yellowmouth rockfish underwater.
What's that big fish
Like
down
humanity
below?
hasn't, or we haven't?
Yes, like humanity hasn't.
Oh.
There is no to date known photo of a yellowmouth rockfish underwater
With its mouth open.
with its mouth. Well, that's the only way to tell it's a yellowmouth and not a Pacific Ocean perch.
I think you're getting ahead.
This isn't a sculpin, right?
No.
No, this is a rockfish.
Rockfish. That's just big guy.
Yep.
Okay, if we want to go towards our waypoint, I tried to go sideways there for a while, but it's, I'm gonna have to come off the cliff here. That's
Do we have
interesting.
a pretty straight shot to the
Is
next
that
waypoint?
Is that a trawl mark or?
Oh, what?
Yeah, what is that?
Ah, sure
Looks
looks
like it.
like something.
Dan, have you been here before? Did you do that?
Yeah, straight shot to the next waypoint. I just was following the feature there. I need to follow Argus in the boat.
Okay, yeah, I just bumped Argus out a bit so we can be a bit, I think we'll be able to look
If you
at it.
come to the south a little bit, I can keep doing this and get towards our waypoint.
Yeah, I was gonna go 135 with it.
Copy.
If
You
that
want me to
works.
bubble on the edge there so you can see how close?
Sure.
Bridge nav.
Let's get you right. Come on, do what I want you to do.
I have a
40
good feel
meters,
for how close they are.
135.
There you go.
Yeah, I was trying to get Argus out so we can look in like that as we go down, but
Just chase me, I think, in the shallow water.
yeah, as long as the terrain's not too bad.
Yeah.
Trying to see if you could see the cliff on our way.
Ooh, got some kind
Not
of
very
a
significant.
spot lobster or crab under there.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a zoom on that guy about to come into the lasers, just for fun.
Yep, go ahead, Miley.
Who are you? Come out.
Do you think he's
Oh.
hiding under the anemone, or is the anemone attached?
Looks under. He was
He's
moving
under the
around.
anemone.
There's some cute
It
little
doesn't- it
orange
looks-
squat lobsters in the back.
Yeah. I think that crab might be a sharp nose or one in that same family.
Sharp nose, all right.
So, well, thank you for the zoom.
You can full zoom there if you want for a second, or wait for the
this
boat.
anemone is awesome.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I think it might be attached. I mean, anemones are the latest fashion, so.
Yeah.
No, I think I saw him moving.
It's like a jester hat, you know,
Yeah,
with the bells
is.
on it.
Totally see those vibes. Oh, this is a good zoom.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Erica has just chimed in with an
Beautiful.
idea on the
zoom
crab.
out. Sorry, time to go.
All right. Bye.
Well, we definitely found an area of pretty good slope. It's hard to find high slope areas in shallow waters around here. And we wanted to try and do the photomosaic in waters of 400 meters or less to make sure that we could go back even if we didn't have a Hercules ROV at our disposal. Many of the ROVs that are available to us can only go to certain depths. And so we wanted to be able to choose a site where we could go back, even if Ocean Exploration Trust was working in the Pacific Islands or someplace else.
Come off of it,
Ooh,
Mike.
looks like we have something
Coming up.
interesting on the lower left, that white patch.
That
Yeah, it
looks
looks like
like
a
it's going to be a big sponge.
Yeah.
Zoom in a
Area,
bit there if
maybe?
you want.
Freya? Yeah.
Yep, that looks like Pharea.
Yeah, beautiful.
Freya with some crinoids.
Yep. And we've got a little asbestopluma just above it as well, that white twig that just went off the top of the screen.
Oh.
There it is, coming right back in. That's a single stalk carnivorous sponge there.
Oh, wow.
Try,
Carnivorous
full zoom there
sponge,
for
how
a
cool
second.
is that?
Wow, zoomed on the sponge there. That guy. We'll get a float by shot.
So those little stalks are carnivorous
Okay.
sponges.
Zoom out, please.
Yep.
I would never have known.
And if you saw those hair-like projections that came off it when we were
You can
zoomed
put
in,
bubble back on
they use those
number one, please.
to trap amphipods and other prey.
That was asbestopluma? Oh, and Liz is saying
Yep,
please sample
asbestopluma.
Freya. Did we want to go back and get something from that or just in the future? Liz is writing this in the chat. Will, if they get an opportunity to sample some, Abby would also like that if we get a chance.
All right, well, we will capture a bit of the next one that we see. We are collecting according to a pre-approved list. We are operating within Olympic Coast National Marine Sanctuary. And the sanctuary controls the disturbance of the seafloor, including the activities that we're doing.
Meredith, what was the name of that carnivorous sponge again?
That sponge is asbestopluma.
Bridge nav.
I just typed it into the chat box for you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That is how I would have spelled
30
it.
meters,
Not super crazy.
135. Thank you.
Got a bunch of silent letters in there.
I think I may have dropped off and now I'm back on. I see some barrel sponges here.
Are most of these little white marks
Okay.
brachiopods or what are we seeing?
They look like it.
Yeah.
Are we able to set up for a transect soon?
Yeah, we can do that.
Good to start one.
Go
Great.
from point B to point C is about 100 meters, and then we can continue on from there.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, the target's about 150 to 200 meters.
For
ideally.
the transect. Okay, so from B to C is about 100, 110, and then C to D is 156. So somewhere between C and D, we'll stop our transect.
Great. Thank you.
Sure. Then I'll get you set up. I just bumped Argus a little bit, so once Argus is finished moving, I'll redirect to point C.
Yeah, Oris, do you got point C in there yet?
I do. It's just quite a bit far.
Right.
The terrain there should be a gentler slope than these steep bits.
It looks like a cool way to go.
Yeah.
Up the hill.
Yeah.
That's a cool
I love
sponge
seeing
in the
these
back.
ghosty white bits in the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks like maybe it's a
Yeah, it does look like
Freya.
a
That looks like
Freya.
another Freya.
This one we might slurp sample if we have an open chamber.
Is this a
We
spot
do.
where we could do that, Dan?
We're set up, I can hold here.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Science, would we like to sample this?
Yes,
Yeah, we
please.
should sample this one.
Bridge nav.
Okay.
You show me
Hold
the
position.
minute with bubble.
Showing
And we think that this is going to be a slurpable sponge, right?
It is absolutely slurpable. This one will vacuum right up.
Okay.
And you can
great.
look at, move the carousel around to the flush chart.
to the flush. Is that what you said?
This one you'd
Yes.
actually have trouble
Copy,
sampling
wait
with
one.
anything but a slurp. Got a little octopus to the left there too, being very camouflaged.
It is. Oh, what is going on here?
He it just went off camera, but there's a little octopus to the left, being very camouflaged.
I want to say this is flush.
It looks like flush.
Yes. It is flush.
Camera's perspective has changed.
Yes, it has.
It's because there's a giant Oregon DSC camera, OSU DSC camera mounted there.
Am I good to flush currently?
Roger.
All right, so why don't we slurp that into chamber one whenever
Flush,
you're ready.
flush. I'm going to start flushing.
Yeah, you can flush now.
Flush is engaged. Whoa. That's only 50%. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are. I can stop. I can
And
stop whenever I want.
you can chase the end effector there with a bubble.
That's a copy.
I got it in the camera now.
I'll do it anyway.
Marley, you want to get a full zoom there, or a bit more of a zoom before we sample?
Ooh.
I feel like we're kind of far.
And you can change the flush jar to number, or the go to number jar number 1.
That's a copy.
Sweet.
Ew, it's kind of dirty.
Science, do you guys want a closer zoom than this before, or is this good?
I think that's good for me. I'm looking to see if Abby from chimes in on the science chat, but this gives us a very good look at the tube-like structure on this particular Freya.
Abby says more zoom, please.
Zoomy zoom.
Roger.
Look, it's kind of dirty.
Why not?
Yeah, maybe we should run it with some water before.
Is that something we want to do real quick?
Ooh.
What's that?
It's pretty dirty.
What are you talking about?
Bucket number 1.
Spot lobsters and
sure,
ophiuroids.
Is that okay?
Yeah, give it some float.
Look at the little white feathery structures
I can't tell what
extending
kind of
out.
mesh there
So
is, so it might not do
beautiful.
much.
Yeah, it's so delicate.
All right, we good with that zoom?
I feel like I could look at a Zoom all day.
I
So yes,
know.
probably.
I can too.
Okay.
That was really
Whenever
pretty.
5
you want, I
hours
guess.
later.
This is as good as it's gonna get.
Right.
Change your head a little on Argus if you want. While you're...
I do everything.
So Abby is.
You can zoom back in now if you want.
Still kind of far.
Abby has chimed in on the science chat that there are at least 2 types that we know of the Phorea that occur in the sanctuary.
There you go.
Okay.
This is a glass
Suction
sponge.
on 25%.
25.
And it's one that we're trying to get a better handle on the overall taxonomy of.
35.
35. We're gonna get a little shrimpy.
Come on, spongy.
Oh, there's a crabby in there.
No, it's a
Yeah, there's
brittle
some
star.
squat lobsters
Oh,
and
something.
brittle star though in there.
Oh, we got some.
Got a little more, maybe.
Abby has chimed in that once we get this in the lab, we'll be looking at what are called spicules, and they are these little
45.
microscopic silica structures that make up the structure of the sponge. And we will be able to tell them apart by looking at these structures. They have different types of clavules, and those are the umbrella-shaped
45.
spicules.
Can you zoom out for us, video? I'm gonna bump the porch out a bit for me, Michael.
You're gonna do this
That's good.
smush technique.
Yeah, just give a little help here on the...
One of our scientists sure is asking if the brownish parts of the sponge are dead or just sediment covered. In this case,
Okay,
I think
porch
those
it.
are dead.
Is that enough?
Maybe let's get everything through so we can avoid it getting into the next jar.
Yeah. Just waiting for the other chunk to come through.
Yeah.
There it's in.
That looks
And
like
no
the
rust there.
ophiuroid.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
stop on
that's good.
suction.
Is that enough, science? We have a couple small chunks.
Yep, Abby says great sample, thank you.
Okay, awesome. That is sample 54.
Roger.
Any chance we could take a look at that octopus that's on the wall just to the left of the sponge we sampled
Absolutely.
before we move, please? Can't help gawk at octopuses.
Where was he?
It was to
To
the
the
left
Just to
of
upper
the
left.
yellow.
Oh, yeah, I can swing my head around here while we're still perched on the wall, maybe.
It's just on the top left of the screen, a little orange blob.
Ah, I see him.
Sorry, Leila, can you say that number again?
54.
54, thank you.
We see you.
Okay, video, you can zoom in there. Laser zoom first, and we'll see how we go.
Hey. Cute.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, it's the bumper raining some stuff down. Ah, okay, full zoom.
Hey.
hey, buddy.
Wow.
Little photobomb from a shrimp.
Yeah. This octopus is so cozy and tucked looking.
Kind of photobomb from the bumper bar.
Thank you for the
Okay,
zoom.
out. Thanks, Smiley.
Happy to zoom on an octopus anytime. Yeah.
A little close there.
Okay, we're gonna set up at 170. So if Argus swings to heading to 170 and you get in front of it and line up straight, we'll get prepared for the transect.
Yeah, I think I'd rather stay on the feature and move Argus in behind me.
If we're gonna go to target C for the transect, then
yeah, isn't this feature kind of running along the?
it's a bit. It kind of curves, right? So like we're going down here, it goes down like that. So it'll be hard to track it if we go in a straight transect.
Well, if I come to the left more, we're gonna fly out to blue water. So
it'll be to the right now.
It will be,
or at least straight over this feature.
Yeah, let's see. Sorry, let me back out there. So there's C. So if we go, yeah, it'll be lateral left.
yeah, so if I lateral left, we'll go out to blue water. So I have to either come back down or.
Right, yeah, so.
I can do that.
Yeah, we can do that, and then it'll be partial, some vertical transect, and then.
I hope so.
Some horizontal, yeah. What kind of speed do you want to go 0.5 for this if there's some terrain in the way, or do you rather go a bit slower?
I think 0.5 is our max speed according to the dive plan. If I'm
Raj.
0.5 is the max. It doesn't really matter if it goes slower than that. The target is just to hit a total of 200 meters. So if the terrain is complex that you need to move slower, we just tend to target distance at that point.
Yeah, let's start out with 0.3 and see how we go.
Okay. I'll wait.
Okay.
Get set up.
You want me to be more? Argus, bring your head around to.
We're going 170 on the.
Yeah, 170. I see what you want now. We'll have to probably come down for that as well too, Rennie.
Oh yeah, because I see you're going off a bit. Well, it's up to you. We could start a little bit like
well,
this.
I'm in between the 2 waypoints now, so
yeah,
I'm happy to go like this. As long as Argus is to the north of us, I'm
yeah,
happy.
that's fine. It'll actually, yeah, if you're driving to this
Some
waypoint.
nice terrain coming up here on this.
Roger.
That's bang between B and C, so yeah. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Nav.
See if my camera's in the right angle there.
I'd like to step 100 meters at 170, speed 0.3 knots. Thank you.
I was loath to leave the feature, but it looks like we'll pick it up again here in about 20 meters ahead of us.
Yeah, I agree. Otherwise, we could try to track it around.
Yeah. Does it have to be a straight line transect? Is that the idea?
Science?
Transect is usually...
They don't always have to be a straight line.
Really?
Sometimes we'll just follow a feature.
Yeah.
You just want to make sure that you're not winding around too much.
Yeah.
Which I tend to do. Ooh, cliff. Okay.
All right, yeah, we're starting.
Begin transect.
Transect.
All right, so this will be T1B.
Roger. Gonna tilt up just a bit for the light.
Is that a soul?
I'm not sure about that, which one that is.
I'm not sure either. I'm hoping Erica's paying attention. I could guess. It's probably not that helpful. I can tell you those are fragile pink sea urchins, though.
Yeah. We collected a couple of those.
I can keep this bearing if you want to slide the boat in behind me, or slide Argus in behind us.
What's that?
Said I can keep this course over ground if you want to slide Argus in behind us.
I think it should be coming behind you.
Roger.
Because so I called in a move kind of slightly.
Yeah, copy.
That way I think you'll
Perfect.
cross somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Right.
Hey.
Now, Lila, I hope you're keeping your eyes peeled for evidence of bonus seep habitats that we might encounter.
Yeah.
Glad to have your eyes on this.
Yep, I'll be looking, don't worry. I feel like we're just gonna keep seeing seeps on your dives.
Hey, that's okay. That's a part of why we teamed up, to maximize the ROV time.
I'm gonna cycle through, yeah.
What's that, Michael?
2 gauges.
Yep. Who made that dust? I don't think it was me.
Oh no?
Oh, it's in front of me.
Yeah, it's true. Rockfish.
I think that's a little thorny head that's sitting there.
Yeah.
Sebastolobus.
What happened?
They're so fun to say, really.
Yeah, those are the ones I remembered how to say, are the ones that I think are fun to say.
It's like we're gonna get
Yeah,
a
you're
little
gonna have
vertical.
to go vertical, yep.
There's a rockfish.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hello.
You want to
You
hold the boat
are
for a minute?
large.
Bridge nav.
Oh my goodness.
Come up, Mike. Come up, come up.
Hold position.
Really puts into perspective how small most of the ones we see are.
You're
I know.
Can you tilt down too?
Yeah. I'll find you.
Really big pom-pom anemone on the left there too. Just some cool stuff.
Got some
So
IDs
our
on the
fish
rockfish. Those are
expert. Yeah. Go ahead.
rosethorn and red banded. Rosethorn are the ones with the spots, and the red banded was the real big guy.
These are all those carnivorous sponges too?
Yep, those are all Asbestopluma.
Asbestopluma.
Looks like there's a solitary coral, maybe? Cup coral on the right?
Yep, that looks like a little desmophyllum.
Pharea.
And there's another one,
Oh, it
I
does
think,
look like
just
that,
going
yeah.
by the lasers on the left.
Are we moving? Seems like we're ascending rather quickly.
Yeah, so we had a little vertical there. And am I coming up too fast? So just a vertical cliff in our transect line. So we have to come up and then go forward.
Gotcha. Saw a few interesting things. Too
I can
bad we're
come-
on transect at the moment.
I can come slower up the wall if you want. If I'm going too fast there, let me know. Keep coming up, Mike.
Did
you change your heading, Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm about to
Yeah,
change it.
we're running over us.
Yeah, so I'm about to change it back though.
Okay, yeah, just double checking.
I'm going around.
Yeah, you want to come the other way, I think.
Yeah,
Putting a turn at my tether.
yeah, that's what I was doing. By pulling up a little.
The flatfish that we were seeing in the deeper areas were largely deep sea sole, but these are a different species. We also saw some halibut earlier on this dive.
Mm-hmm.
It's an
Another
important
thorn
fishery
head.
species here.
Thorny
Hopefully
head.
we'll encounter, yep, here's where we're likely to encounter more short spines, right?
Yes. Although this one is another long spine.
I was gonna say this one looks like a long spine.
I appreciate when they pose for us so we can tell the difference.
I know. I like
with
when they
that
swim.
third dorsal spine.
They're so pretty.
Are
You
these
want me to
some
call
little
that movement?
finger coral or finger sponges? We're seeing the white
Yeah.
in addition to the sea cucumber.
Yes, these are some of the little finger sponges.
Don't
Nice.
want you to have to stop.
Right. Okay. Never
Got
mind.
another flatfish here. This is
I
the
was
one
like,
that had the little fin.
why
The
does it
Rex
seem like
sole.
you have like a slight twist? And that's because, never mind.
I think the one we just went over is a Rex.
Another poser here.
What was that sole you said, Meredith?
I believe it was a Rex sole. R-E-X.
R-E-X. Teeny little sponges. Ooh. Big sea star.
All right, good to continue.
Rathbanaster.
There's nav. $40 meters, 170. Thank you.
Another black dragon there for us. Very small one.
How's capture doing over there, Marley? Sounds like it's freaking out frequently.
Yeah, it does. Fans failing.
We have been seeing some cup corals along this transect and along the wall. So when we're not in transect mode and we're back in exploratory mode, it would be great to collect a couple of them.
Sure.
All right.
How are we doing on transect distance?
We have transited 36 meters.
36 meters in.
Okay. Onward.
Plus or minus vertical transect. It was 374. Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild how so close to each other there are these vastly different chunks of fauna. The density changes so much within just 15 meters.
Yeah, and we're trying to understand what's driving that patchiness to some extent, whether it's the orientation or aspect of the slope, whether it's the degree of slope. What are the other factors that are driving that? There's a nice eel pout there.
Mhm.
Yeah, even on the lower section below the slope, there seem to be some more rocky patches where settlement was possible. And up here, it's super sedimented. Although I guess there's some rocks up here too, and we're not really seeing that much on them.
That can be due to the heavy level of sedimentation, just preventing anything from really settling and attaching.
I also tend to try and pay attention to the current flow because that must have an influence as well, just the availability of food. There were some parts of the first, the biogenic dive that we did where the current was just ripping by and everything was extended and feasting, it looked like, and all of the ophiuroids were on top of the bubble gums, stretching out their arms.
You're getting underneath
Everybody was
You're getting underneath
eating
me
good.
again.
having a good meal. Yeah.
Another rathbanaster.
Yep.
Lots of rathbanaster.
Great snuff. Hold position.
A little more
Another
rocky area here.
Yeah, another steep wall. Those are large ophiuroids.
On an earlier dive, we also saw a crinoid running away from the ROV. It's we tend to think of them as flowers. They kind of look like flowers that decorate these walls. It's important to remember, though, that they're animals and they can actually walk and swim. So it's fun to be reminded of that from time to time.
Sometimes while we're sampling, they will climb onto the vehicles and hitch a ride. More desmophyllum.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice to see that there are plenty of them. We don't have to feel bad about taking one.
All this mud, I'm also hopeful we'll see some sea pens mixed in. There was one right when we landed. I haven't seen any more since, but they can be tucked down under the surface.
Feature. Good to continue.
No, you're ahead of me.